No one mess up.
How
Right,
dare you throw me off my A game, Todd?
Just let us know when we're live, Will, because surely that's we don't want the fans to see
We're
that.
still doing the dance party. We're still doing the dance party. Sorry. Okay, here we go.
You were saying?
And welcome to episode 4 of Silver and Steel, our newish, I guess, I don't know, after episode 4, I don't think it's new anymore, our no longer new D&D 5th edition campaign right here on D&D Beyond. First off, we have some amazing miniatures to show y'all of our wonderful party done by Hero Forge.
Those are incredible. Like I got sent the Freely one like a week or two ago, and when I saw it, I was just like, "This is just the dopest thing." That Cali is incredible.
Cali.
So
Cali's got hips, yo.
Right. So here's the thing. I pledged to the Hero Forge Kickstarter so I could get the colored miniatures because I cannot paint
That
anything.
literally is me.
Yeah, no, it
That's
is.
disturbing.
It's you in
It's too
miniature form,
accurate.
yeah.
It's super.
It's Uncanny Valley. Like, why is there a tiny Todd? Yes.
Yeah.
It is super good.
We just need
Like,
to paint a little goatee on, or
Yeah,
like
we'll-
facial hair.
yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So these were sent in by Lycanthrope
Yay.
Bard Foxhowl on Twitter, who is amazing. And yeah, we definitely need to get these printed and then have them just sitting nearby. Because
Well,
look, I mean, look. That's,
Yay!
that really is
It's my boy.
adorable.
Really?
It's my
I love
lucky
it.
boy. Yeah.
well, good
love
news
his
on that front.
expression,
Apparently,
too.
they're a
Little
huge
chibi
fan.
freely.
They're a huge fan of Silver and Steel, and they are actually printing these out for us and sending us.
What?
to the show.
Yeah.
Thank you,
because they
Hero
like the show
Forge. You're
so much.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
We love
I'm
you,
so
Hero Forge.
excited.
Thank you.
I'm so excited because the Cali that I tried to make on Hero Forge didn't come out nearly as good because I don't know what I'm doing. I was just like, oh,
Me
let's,
neither.
let's pick things and let's
They
just-
nailed. They
Yeah.
nailed.
That's such
they-
a pleasant surprise. That's so cool.
Oh.
So at
Actually
the,
had to do a double take because at first I thought they were drawn. Like I was like, oh, these like must be like some hand drawn stuff because they look so perfect.
It's the
Mhm.
the coloring on the new Hero Forge minis is just outstanding.
so at the risk of crossing the stream slightly, the reason on the LA by Night, the reason why Victor's gun is gold is Hero Forge made minis also of us, and inexplicably his gun was gold, I guess, just to make it pop. And I just
so
looked at it and I
perfect.
was like, well, this is where we are now. So
There you
yes,
go.
I'm getting
I
my
mean, you
gun
can't-
gold.
Yeah,
not
what a time
do
to
it.
be alive.
The
Yeah.
man with the golden gun.
So literally, that is why it was, because of the Hero Forge mini. So yeah, there it is. That's
it happens. You get fan art or something that makes you think about your character in a way you never did, and then suddenly that just becomes that's happened with Orkira. That'll probably happen with Cali. It's amazing when it happens.
like
Yeah.
them hips on Cali, like she just,
She has
She
hips
has
now.
hips
Very
now.
curvaceous, warforged.
They don't lie.
No,
at all. They don't.
Don't
They
lie.
literally
know
don't.
how.
Literally
Also-
don't.
Capable.
They will also stab you somehow. We're not quite sure how,
true.
but they will.
It's true.
Mm.
Forged
Psychic
for
damage
days.
can happen in a lot of ways.
Zverf Nabelin are from the deep south, so they would like, little back padding there. So it makes
My-
sense that's
My
the-
father wanted me to be able to defend myself in many ways.
This is definitely not the PG show.
I mean, it's PG-13.
Holsters for
PG-13.
knives.
Oh, okay, I got
Yeah,
it.
Totally
right, yeah.
PG-13.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking about.
PG-13 times 2, so
Mhm.
26.
Oh, we
There
have
you go.
psychic. Oh, and before we get into the show, we also have emotes. We have psychic damage, a Cali knife going right through someone's brain. Who
I
doesn't
still
want
haven't
that?
seen this.
Psychic knife. Psychic knife is
beautiful.
in there for those of you who are interested in stabbing people with psychic knives.
Who
I'm
isn't?
upset that it can't combo with the butter. Like, there's like
Oh,
a
that
missed
would've been so
opportunity.
good.
You guys
That'll be the
should-
next
Psychic
one.
butter.
We need to come up with like a donation tier or a charitable thing
Yeah.
that will be the reward, is the psychic
Yeah.
knife through butter. Yeah.
Like a
Butter.
hot psychic knife through butter.
We were talking on Todd Talks earlier that if we put the butter next to the little Phoenix emote that we have now, what we need is popcorn.
Right.
And then it will
Yes.
be a trifecta. It'll be a triptych of emotes that you
Ooh.
can put together.
Cooking
That
with
is an
emotes.
underused word.
Cooking with emotes.
Triptych?
Cooking with emotes. Triptych is.
I
is
love
underused, yes.
this. They should just replace your faces with these. Just kidding.
I, would
I mean,
be
you're not
totally
wrong.
Okay with
You're
that.
not wrong. It's true. That's
I'm
that
not
is
okay
a-
with
a
that.
superior
It
emote.
hurts.
Yeah.
Listen,
I mean,
as
but
someone who
it's-
likes to be heard and not seen, I'm okay with this.
But it's still your face, Todd. So it's a push. It is
They
a
look
push.
so good. You look so similar to Sofieus, Meagan. Like it's crazy.
It's
Yeah,
almost like it's modeled after me.
Yeah, it's the same
Duh.
photo. It's the same photo.
It's
Same
too
picture.
accurate. It's awesome. It's creepy and
amazing.
awesome, and I love it.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
All right, let's go around and introduce ourselves like we do every single week. B Dave, take it away.
Don't mind me. I'm just over here breaking my entire studio setup. Hey, everybody. B. Dave Walters. Tomorrow, Jasper's Game Day. I will be running one of the streams for Jasper's Game Day at 5 Pacific. And then I do a bunch of other games at a bunch of other places. Anytime kids will show up and have fun with me at B. Dave Walters.
And who do you play?
Oh, I guess that's important. Well, we've just seen. I'm the lucky boy Freely, that beautiful halfling bastard that you just saw there, who's super not on the precipice of death as we speak. But it's going to be fine. He's a lucky boy. We're going to get through this. Yep.
We're going to try to take care of Freely.
Yes, we're going to do our best. He only has 4 hit points right now, but maybe 4 is all you need.
That's it. Well, technically 1 is all I need. The rest is just padding. It's just extraneous
Rest
hit
is
point.
extra.
Yeah.
Mhm. Lauren?
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the community manager for D&D Beyond, and I'm playing Cali, the warforged rogue you just saw there with lots of knives.
And Todd?
Hi, I'm Todd Kenreck. I'm the creative manager at D&D Beyond, and also apparently forming a team amongst many D&D multiverses at this very moment. Yeah, and I play Avren, the once very evil trickster god who is now mortal and married to the lovely and talented Sofieus.
Aw. Is it the League of Magnificent Warlocks?
Maybe don't trust him.
That's
LMW.
tempting. I was going to go with the Avren initiative, but that's solid too.
I would be down for AI, absolutely.
Yeah, that's definitely not taken.
already. Yeah, aren't you already a kind of AI? I think.
You might as well double up.
AI. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Aye.
I.
Meagan,
It's
please take us
Megan's
away.
turn. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. I'm Meagan Kenreck. I'll be playing Sofieus, the pointy-eared butter scientist, also
love
known
that.
as the alchemist artificer.
Awesome. And I am your DM for this evening. I'm that bronze girl. And with that, that's it. That's all I'm gonna leave it at that. You take it away with the trailer.
Natural 20s.
And we're back and we're ready to dive right into our game. But before we start, we have a really cool thing with this game that's kind of ongoing from my understanding of it, which is when any of us rolls a nat 20, one of you gets the chance to win a legendary bundle on D&D Beyond. If you don't know what a legendary bundle is, look it up because it's worth a lot of money. It's really neat.
It is a significant prize. Yes.
Yeah, so it's a pretty cool giveaway. Just FYI. So with that, let's dive right into it. I'm ready if y'all are.
No.
One other thing.
Yes.
Ready?
The digital dice for D&D Beyond that we're going to be trying today. That went live.
Yeah.
Yes. We have digital dice for I'm still going to be rolling real dice if that's okay.
Listen, you're the DM. Whatever you say
How
goes.
dare you? Well, you can't
Heresy,
do it
the
for mine.
slander.
I don't always trust digital dice because when they
You're doing the opposite of helping.
You're doing the opposite of helping.
I know. I'm just the worst about it though. Like I feel like there's some conspiracy.
Well, we'll just have to get you to try it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
we'll
you'll
work-
roll
we'll
nothing but
work on
natural
this.
20s for a little
And then
while. and
it's
it'll
like
be
on
okay.
paper, it's even more random than like it's more fair than normal dice. But good luck explaining that to my goblin brain because my brain's like the computer is screwing me over again. I just know it. I just know I didn't roll a 4 on that.
It does make it easier to pass responsibility to a third party. That is very much true.
Yeah.
You say that like we don't pass responsibility. I mean, dice jail is a thing. We already pass responsibility.
True.
Now
It's
you're
true. We
just
need to-
passing it on to a computer instead of a physical
That'll be-
physical object.
The next update is digital dice jail from D&D Beyond, where we can just ban.
Yes!
Oh, that
Yes!
would be so satisfying. Oh
Yes!
my god.
That's already come up multiple times. I'm not joking.
If you can do that, I'll switch. I'll be that's my you'll
I need
have
to
my
make a note.
endorsement.
Hold on. I'm just gonna you go ahead with the show. I'm just gonna make a note here.
Yeah. Dice
Okay. So when last we left our party, Avren was firmly grappled in the jaws of a ravening beast that smells of death, decay, and swamp leavings is the best way to describe it. It was a vaguely crocodile-shaped creature draped in the streamers of its victims,
Oh,
almost
know why
in a festive
streamers got me.
fashion. It's festive. It's a festive crocodile, and it adorns itself with the
In-
streamers of its prey.
Meat
love it.
streamers. That was not something I expected, but sure.
That was the name of my band in college.
Meat streamers.
Yeah, it's perfect.
weird that it didn't take off. Okay.
So Avren is
Wow.
grappled, and Freely is down to 4 hit points. And we were battling in the farmlands just outside of the city of Kalapatar, which is referred to as Henge most of the time.
How do you say that again?
Kalapatar. It's like a Punjabi
Gala-
word.
Gala butter?
Pretty close. Yeah, that's fine.
Gala.
We'll call it when we
butter.
take it over.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, with like a P instead of a B. So it's like,
putter. Gala
yeah,
putter.
there you go.
Okay.
Mhm.
Kala Putter. All right, we'll work on that.
It's perfect. You can call it Henge too. That's why we gave it that nickname.
Okay.
Listen, if we can all say Zverf
Butter
Neblin, then we
hinge.
can say Kala Butter.
What if I
Can't
told you
say
I
it.
can't say that?
I was
Yeah,
about
there
to
we
say
go.
50-50. 50-50.
We'll work on it. It'll be
Okay.
okay.
Because we're close
Deep
enough.
gnomes.
It's all right. That's my job. My job is to say Zverf Neblin.
Zerf from the
There's not wrong.
I tried it once. It didn't work out.
Thank you, D&D Beyond, for helping me practice for weeks before the show.
There it is.
Surf niblin.
Zverf. Zverf
So we're
Neblin.
about to
Zverf
die.
Yeah, we're about to
About to
we're about to
die.
die.
Cali
I'm not
is
gonna die from
just-
Smurf nabling.
Yeah.
I'm super excited that
I'm
Meagan
nervous.
and Lauren
I'm
are not
delaying us.
concerned.
yeah. A mine had just collapsed. And so
no.
you don't have a lot of aid readily available. You were successfully able to rally the local town of Henge to go to Port Argent's aid because a lot of the people are actually trapped inside the mine and they're short on hands to clear it so that people can get out. But you are occupied in this fight. Now, Freely, it is your turn. You're down to 4 hit points. What do you do?
I do the unthinkable and I take the disengage action.
Okay.
I'm going to move away from Buttermilk, but I'm going to move to the right, basically, even though I know this creature's got Avren in its mouth, but that I'd kind of moved its attention away from my wounded horse. I
Mhm.
move back 30 feet and I drop my Hexblade's curse on it as my bonus action. And
Okay.
I get 30 feet away from it, though.
Okay. So you drop curse on it and you move 30 feet away. I believe that allows you to impose disadvantage on an ability check.
Well, we've got that because of what Avren did to it. My Hexblade's curse gives me a bunch of benefits against it.
Okay, perfect.
I think that's
Oh, I'm
hex.
confusing it
Yeah,
with hex. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's all
It's a lot to keep track of the hex
evil
issues
stuff,
that are
yeah.
happening.
It's all
Yeah,
cursed. It's terrible.
It's also
Awesome.
currently covered in bacon grease.
Yes. I think it made its first check though,
I believe it did
or
as
its
well.
Yes.
Okay.
first save. Hmm.
Okay, cool.
That is it for me.
Awesome. All right. Give me just a second here.
I hate the disengage action because I hate attacks of opportunity. I've hated that mechanic since 3.0, but we are where we are. So
You gotta do what you gotta do.
gotta do what we gotta do. So I didn't get
Mhm.
done in when I was trying to run away. I'd never live that down if I died running. Avren would bring me back just to laugh at me.
Mm-hmm.
He would.
All right. So
Did we not?
after doing that, I believe it is Callie's turn. If I'm
I
correct.
would like to throw a knife at it.
Okay.
That's going to be a 15
Gotta
to
beat
hit.
it. Oh yeah, that makes it.
Awesome. So because Avren is engaged with it, I get my psychic sneak attack. So that's going to be 8. 11. That's going to be 13 damage.
Okay.
Psychic damage. And then I'm assuming it is not quite dead yet, so I will throw a second knife.
Okay.
You
I'm
wounded
just-
in the childhood.
All in on my knives. That's only going to be a 9, though. I don't think I hit.
No, that does not hit. So the psychic knife, the second one, the first one, tunk, nice satisfying sound as it flits through the enemy. The second one goes wide.
And then it just kind of dissipates when it gets 60 feet away. Both of them just kind of go and turn into nothing
Okay.
as they only exist in people's heads. And then I'm gonna continue to stand there and create more knives and keep chucking knives because
Okay.
I don't have other things to do. I just shoot knives at people.
Yeah. I believe you are all at range, correct?
I'm definitely at range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm at range.
Except, Avren, no. Avren's point blank. But
Yeah,
the rest of us
Avren is
aren't.
point blank, but everyone else has backed off. It's good. It's good for me to keep track of. All right. So now it is the beast's turn. The beast.
The beast.
It has you firmly gripped in its jaws, Avren, and you feel it start to push down a little bit more. You feel the metal kind of your armor start to like creak and groan. 19?
To hit?
Okay.
It does, but I'm casting shield inside of its teeth.
Okay.
It's giving me a +5.
And that
Um,
brings your
taste.
armor class up to...
That brings it up to 23.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you feel like the metal start to buckle, you cast shield and it gives you like the resistance you need. You feel like the teeth kind of bearing against this magical force field. And that is the beast's turn. You know that you can feel from your shield giving way that in the next turn it's probably going to chomp down on you again. With that, it is Sofieus' turn, I believe. Yes.
Yeah.
Ow, 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 ow,
Is this what you're saying?
Oh no. Sophia's is going to close her eyes and think of the roar of a beast that is much larger than this strange, disgusting weredial.
Mm-hmm.
And she thinks of a dragon. And she looks up to the sky and causes a minor illusion of a dragon roaring down on us.
Okay. I'm gonna see how wise this animal is to see whether or not it like becomes frightened.
Okay. I don't know if you're gonna make me do the roar or not, so I will not do that unless
I won't
you
make
want
you
me
if
to.
you don't want to.
Do
So
we
you're
all-
using a minor illusion?
Minor illusion, yeah.
Okay. You notice the crocodile kind of like pause, and then you notice it like doesn't move. Like it realizes that this is like that it's fine.
No!
It
But make
sees
the
through your
noise. But make a
illusion.
noise. But make the noise. I
That's-
demand
maybe
the
you didn't
noise.
sell it. You lack commitment.
Yeah,
Maybe,
Yeah.
Did I not sell it?
I
Will
think so.
will that cure your great roll?
I rolled unnaturally well. I rolled a 19 on my wisdom saving throw.
Does it have to save against the grease on its turn or on her turn?
When I believe
already
if I got the rolls
saved.
right, it has to save when it's on the first turn it enters the grease, and then if it tries to move while in the grease. So if you try to get it to move, I believe it'll have to make a save again. I might be incorrect though.
I do demand to hear the roar that didn't
+1.
convince it.
I'm
The
going
roar that
to
never
assist.
was.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Don't put me on the spot.
Yeah, I'm
Too
putting you
late.
on the spot. I'm worried.
I was practicing earlier, and I'm gonna say it's pretty bad.
Do it.
Oh, actually, at the end of its turn, it does have to make a dex saving throw. I just looked it up.
All right,
Do it.
so it's due
Okay.
one to see if it fell.
Okay.
So roar.
Roar.
I feel like it would believe that.
Yeah, that was hardcore.
I believed it. You sold me on it. Yeah. Like you should be fronting
Does
a metal
anybody
band.
need a stinger for
Sophius.
your new metal band?
That's literally.
Oh my god, that was actually way scarier than I thought it was gonna be.
First album
That
will be
was
called
pretty
Alchemetal.
He made a
Yeah.
15.
What
What
was
your,
the
I was gonna say, what's yours? Is it against your spellcasting ability?
It is up to the DM.
Oh, it's up to me
It's
Oh, no,
totally
for-
up to you.
well, no, she
This
means
is
for the grease.
for the
The
grease.
grease.
Oh, for the grease?
Yeah.
Let me
got a
go back
15.
to grease. Let's see.
Yeah, that was scared away all the sand people.
Dex 12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So as it hears this dragon's roar, which is utterly terrifying, you see it kind of skitter and struggle to get purchased, but it manages to maintain its footing. Do you want to do anything else on your turn?
I would like to cast Healing Word on Freely.
Okay. And I believe you could do that as a bonus action,
yeah.
right?
As a bonus action, yes.
Mhm. Perfect.
Healing word has multiple targets, I believe.
No,
Doesn't
just
it?
the one.
Oh, just the one?
Just the
Then
one.
I
One.
will take it. Thank you.
You're the one.
So Sofieus is going to place her hand on Freely's shoulder and she's going to say Sanitatum. And she heals him for
Feels so much better.
4 hit points.
Oh, thank you. Ooh.
I believe you're up to
You
8
feel
now.
twice as good as you
I
used
feel twice as good as I did before. Oh my gosh, thank
You're
you.
twice the man.
I am no longer a quarterling. Yeah. Ooh.
It's still half the halfling.
Still halfling.
Avren, you can't move. You're grappled. You can attempt to get out, and your senses are inundated with the smell of rot and decay. And you see the teeth, the wretched teeth of this beast's maw pushing down against your shield. What do you do?
This is super fun. I'm gonna punch it again. I need to keep its focus on me.
Okay.
If it's hitting me, it doesn't want to hit anyone else. So I'm just gonna try to
If
punch
its mouth
it again.
is on you, it can't be around somebody else. It's pretty good logic there.
I'm gonna charge up my gauntlet, and this hero shit is really gonna hold. And I punch it right in the face,
Okay.
or I'm trying to punch it right in that hanging down thing in your throat, if I can, or kick at it.
The uvula.
The uvula? Yeah.
Mhm.
Just give it the action. Oh wait, I got the. What am I doing? I'm crazy. I work at D&D Beyond. I'm going to Thunder Gauntlet with my digital dice that I totally trust.
Yep. I believe you have a bardic inspiration too. I don't know if you already used it. I gave it to you. I don't know if you used it.
Oh,
Do
yeah,
I?
you did. I believe you did.
I gave it to you. I do not recall if you used it, honestly.
That's true. Okay. I got a natural 20. That's what the B means, right?
Hey, see?
I got a big B. I got
There
big
you go.
B. 20
Yeah, you
plus
got the
4 is
big B.
24. Someone in the chat wins the legendary bone rule.
Hey.
Those
Wait
be
a
some
start.
lucky digital dice.
Better say, way to start with the digital dice. There you go.
Yeah, that's a good
That
sign.
means you can definitely trust them. I loved your hesitation though when you were like, "That's what the B means, right?"
I'm an educated man.
Is the
I pay
B a
attention
1
to
or
all
a
my
20?
emails. That's a good
B for
company
the-
man right there.
That's why the little
best.
pop-up that comes up that lets you know what you actually rolled is so nice.
It's
and then
super
it does all the
helpful.
math for you, and
Good-
I'll
good
stop
and
being
buy.
an advertisement.
So I hit it. Oh yeah, I should roll my damage.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm so excited.
No, you're fine.
I got,
Digital
like-
dice are very exciting.
all right. Ooh, I got a 4. So I do 4 thunder damage. I just punch it right in its uvula.
Okay.
That's doubled it's for?
Oh yeah, it's double.
That's
That's
good.
right. It's a crit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Backseat
Meagan,
dungeon
do you have
master.
some of that energy to drink to give to Todd?
Yeah. Hey man, that's not right.
Oh yeah.
And another 4.
Okay. So a total of 8.
Total of 8.
The beast yowls and punches down harder on you. And
Mm,
with that, Freely, it is your turn.
it's very slimming.
All right. Freely, the luckiest boy, is now that I've gotten some distance. Avren, I know you're getting a little chewed up over there, but I mean, like, how bad are you looking? Like, you looking like you holding okay, or are you in bad shape?
No, I'm good. I'm good, man.
Okay.
I got this. As you see, I'm just flapping like in the wind with all these teeth embedded in my
Yeah.
armor. I'm like, but I look confident. I'm
Can you
very
make a
confident.
Constitution save?
For him or for me?
No, for him.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not that
Deception check.
important. Just, you know.
I shouldn't have spoken so much.
Yeah.
Constitution save. Why is that rolling so long? Ooh, that sucks. 7.
7. So as he says this to you Freely, you notice he's like holding back a gag from the awful smell. And he's like, "Oh, I'm fine." Oh, as he's talking to you. It's like the smell of ammonia and putrefaction.
I got this, man.
I
I like to think because we still have the
Yeah.
I
psychic
used to be a
column.
god.
So like I'm relaying all of this. So what you hear is this confident Avren saying, I'm fine. But you're looking at him being like,
Yeah. I'm like, don't worry, Avren, I got him. I got a 18 Eldritch Blast
Okay, that hits.
for a big old 5 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. As goo is like dropping into my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do anything else on your turn?
The other things I'm kind of keeping is no. I need to keep the other things to myself to be ready.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm
So you launch an eldritch blast at the beast. As you do, portion.
But I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. Pieces of its flesh go flying, and as they do, you notice when they hit the ground, they almost like slither into it, leaving behind like a black pool of like almost like rotted mass behind.
Like the bits I blow off are reconnecting to it.
Not reconnecting, more so wriggling back into the ground and leaving behind like a dead patch of earth.
If I just want to look around to see if anyone is controlling this thing, is looking a free action or is that an action?
I'm gonna say that's a free. That's like I would say that's a bonus action.
Then I realize this thing isn't real. And it like this looks like a machine, and I'm looking to see if the machine has a master, basically.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check.
That is a big old 14.
A 14.
Mhm.
You don't see anything nearby that like would give away if anything is controlling this. However, you do see a small hunched over figure near a one of those coverings where they have like hay for horses to stand under, behind a barrel not too far from where you are.
I yelled that through the psychic. Actually, I yelled that through the psychic connection. I don't say it out loud because I don't want them to know that I made them.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm still just like, "Pachoo, pachoo, pachoo."
Perfect. Cali, it's your turn.
I'm going to take a quick glance at this secondary figure. What does it look like?
From the distance you're at, you can't make out exactly what it looks like. You could try to move closer.
I don't want to be out of range of the weredial. If I stay within 60 feet of the weredial but move closer to the figure, is that enough? Or do I need to move out of range?
You could attack and then move.
That's true, but yeah. All right, I'm just going to note this thing.
I think I would say that Sofieus could get to it because she's standing next to Freely, but you're, if I remember correctly, you're standing on the other side of the weredial further back. So it's probably double the distance for you than it is for Freely or Sofieus.
Yeah, and I did not want to clump up. So
yeah, probably smart.
Nope. I'm going to keep attacking this thing with my knives. All right, knife number 1 is probably not going to hit. That's a 7. Nope. All right, here we go.
It's wide.
I'm distracted by looking at this thing. And then I'm like, oh, all right. Knife number 2. That's not much better. 14?
That hits.
Oh, okay, good. So sneak attack. And 2 of those. It's gonna be 4, 9. It's gonna be 13 psychic damage.
Okay.
So the first one. Oh, and then I throw the second one, and that connects.
You gotta lead it a little, Cali. To lead it a little.
Yeah, I'm trying to lead it into death, and I'm not doing that very well. I will move a little bit closer towards this figure. I still don't want to be clumped up with everybody, but maybe so that on my next turn I can scoot over and scoot back and get a closer look.
All right.
And I'm done.
So as your knife sinks into this beast's brain, you hear it psychically give out like this very shuddering, almost kind of groan. And you see even more of its like sort of flesh cloak start to peel and fall off. And then it becomes enraged and chomps down on Avren yet again.
Do I recognize that?
Oh my God, I got a nat 20.
Oh no.
Stop it!
Well, yay.
Yay.
But also yay.
Someone got a legendary bundle.
Avren's pain is your
I wish
joy.
I was
Your
lying,
gain.
but I'm not. Oh
nope.
my God.
Don't feel bad. So bad, chat. I'm casting shield again.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that's going to give me a total of 23. Oh, actually more than that. Sorry. 24 total, actually.
Is that enough?
How many spell slots do you have?
Well, one of my abilities with my dragon mark is being able to cast shield.
Oh.
Naturally, once per day. And I got 2 more first level spell slots left, and then things are going to get real nasty.
Okay.
So
they're going to get, not that they aren't already.
This is the only thing I'm good at.
You feel like pressure in your chest cavity. And you see as your like shield comes up magically, and you see like the fabric of reality glimmer, and you see the beast's maw like close down on you again. You see cracks form in it, and you feel the unmistakable pressure like push down on your chest cavity, and you almost feel winded. It is Sophia's turn.
I grunt in a very Gerald to Rivia kind of.
Oh, actually, he has to make a a dexterity save as well.
Oh, good.
See if he gets spaghetti legged.
11. I think I had to beat a 12. I think it was a 12.
said
So
12? For Greece?
as this happens, it just gets seared in the mind with this like awful psychic knife, and it's biting down. It feels like its teeth are going to break because this magical shield is like holding so strong. And at this exact moment, while it's struggling to bite down, almost like it's biting down on a jawbreaker, its legs skitter and give out from underneath it. It hits the floor prone, and Avren comes spilling out of its mouth as it does this. Yeah.
Please, like face first, and like with my shoulder slightly off to the right and slightly up, like I just like.
Yeah.
It's just
This
the
beast
grossest.
is now like skittering around. Looks very awkward, if I'm being honest. And with that, it is Sophia's turn.
What is Avren's hit points at?
Oh, he's totally fine. Actually.
Yeah, he's shielded, I think, at just about every round.
Okay.
Plus, I'm a kind of a temp health point sponge as well.
It's Freely that's hurting.
Yeah.
Okay.
The tanky boy.
The non-tanky boy.
Very
so
not tanky boy.
The tanky boy is slimy and disoriented, but otherwise okay.
Yeah, you've seen worse.
And Freely has 8 hit points.
He looks significantly beat up still.
He's not doing okay. So I'm still hanging out with him. I'm just holding my hand on his shoulder and casting Cure Wounds on him.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Because I'm going to go do some more heroing after this.
Which is a 1d8 plus 2.
Maybe not with us.
Using D&D Beyond's dice roller, I got a 4.
Hey.
I got a 4.
Very
Four,
nice.
4 total or 4 plus 2?
4 total.
I'll take it. Thank you. Thank you very much. I am feeling like, again, 50% better.
Do you want to do anything else on your turn?
I would also like to do an additional healing word since that is a bonus action.
Oh, thank you.
And get you all nice and healed up here.
I appreciate it because I'm about to do something crazy.
Okay. Let's get you a crazy amount of hit points. Then another 5.
Oh, thank you. I'm almost full, so thank you. I'm good. Thank you. Yeah.
All right.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Sophius.
Freely is all topped off.
I appreciate that.
With that, it is your turn.
My turn?
Yeah, I believe so.
Also, thank you, Jasmine, for asking me if there's anything else I want to
Oh,
do.
wait, no, I skipped Avren.
I almost forget every
No,
time.
that's
easy.
cool.
Oh, you're fine.
It's easy to forget. It's fine. He's weak shielding right now.
Being tanky boy.
You are going to have to also make a dexterity saving throw
'Cause
since you have landed in the grease.
I'm part butter, part viscera right now. So.
Yeah, It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I'm so
but
sorry.
Somehow it reminds me
Poor
of
choice.
popcorn, and I'm just like, I don't
Wasn't
know,
this one
could be
bacon
tasty.
grease? I seem to remember
This is
was
bacon grease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's better or worse.
Oh, it smells magnificent, though.
Smells amazing.
It's like sushi. It's great. It's like fried sushi. So I need to make a dex save.
Of
I'm
12.
not great at those. Oh, 2.
2. So as you try to stand up on your turn, you slip in the grease and just fall prone as well. You can use one of your actions this turn to stand up, however.
Can I just shoot magic missile while on my back?
You can. Yeah, you just have disadvantage on your attack rolls.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I want it to keep coming for me. So
Magic missile
Okay.
doesn't miss, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
I'm
mean,
going-
Lower center of
kind of-
gravity, Avren. Hips
Yeah.
down. Hips down.
yeah, I'm just gonna like slightly like turn my head up at it when I'm laying in the grease and just and 3 little spinning magic missiles are gonna strike it. First one,
Oh, 3 of them.
5.
He's a big
Then
boy.
next one, Oh my god, I'm not lying. 5.
Nice.
Digital
This is
dice.
the best magic missile I've ever shot. And then a 4. Holy.
Okay, so that's 14 points of damage.
Yeah.
Thank you, magic missile.
Perfect.
Thank you, digital.
Digidice. Let's call him
Digital
Digidice.
dice.
So as these magic missiles streak out from what does it look like when you cast it actually?
Oh,
wanna
I
hear
stick
in
my
your own
hand
words.
out and like the top of the gauntlet, and I have a mechanical right hand that's not even armored. 3 little spots open up at the
Mhm.
top of my knuckles, and they shoot clean out of the mechanical hand. And
Awesome.
they're just like this bright firefly white
Mhm.
sparklers that shoot into it.
So as these bright white lights shoot forward and like hit this crocodile right in its open mouth while it's laying prone, it explodes. Normally I would give you a dex save throw here, but you're prone, so it's going to hit you. Make a constitution save.
I thought you were going
I'm
to say
so
something
sorry,
nice, and then you
Avren.
didn't.
I didn't. I know. I'm the worst.
Normally I would do this thing, but not for you.
Again, I think you still have inspiration. I don't know. It's up to you if
Yeah.
you used it or not.
I got a natural 20. I'm not lying.
Really?
I got the B. I did. I got the
Okay.
B.
Awesome.
We go episodes without
3
anything.
legendary
Yes.
bundles.
Yeah.
It's a big day.
Great.
It's a big day for
Yeah.
20s.
Not even
I'm
done.
kind of disappointed because I really wanted Avren to get sewer plague, but you do not.
What is
So
sewer plague?
as you get drenched in just like the leavings of this beast, you feel it like sizzle against your armor, and you're happy you're wearing it. I'll just leave it at that.
Gross.
Yeah, as this thing explodes and like its rotten, decrepit flesh falls over you, riddled with maggots and all matter of like vermin and pestilence, you're happy that it lands on your armor and not on your flesh. Otherwise, you feel like you could possibly contract something terrible from this.
Okay, we're getting like fried potatoes after this, right? Everyone, fried
Yeah,
potatoes.
It's disgusting.
I will make you anything you want, Avren. I'm so sorry.
No.
And with that, you can exit initiative. Okay.
Well,
I did not
Yeah,
graduate at the top
what-
of my class.
whether or not we're out of initiative, Freely is
Mhm.
bolting for that person, and as soon as I'm within range, casting Charm Person.
I would
Okay.
be bolting for that person
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
but at least looking to see who or what it is first.
All right.
As my options are talk or knives. So
I mean, girl.
I mean, well, welcome to
well, I
Kent.
don't know. Friends is kind of a middle ground.
Give me let's see. Give me an acrobatics roll.
for Freely.
I don't know if
Uh,
I'm gonna go with acrobatics. Dexterity, I guess.
Well, they're 2 different things. So, I mean, just because there'll be different numbers for me. So,
Mhm.
Dex.
Oh, okay. No, we'll do acracrobatics. Let's do
I
acrobatics.
mean, Dex is.
Are you
better.
going quickly or are you going?
Oh yeah, no, I'm beating feet because I think this thing is going to try and run now that this
Let's
monster.
do a flat dex roll.
Groovy. That is a dirty 20.
I
That's
will
dirty
say-
20. Okay.
Dirty 20.
I will say I am also moving with speed, and I will cunning action, which lets me take my bonus action to dash. So
Okay.
if
So
that
as
helps me catch up.
as Freely is running, your movement's going to get you there faster. You see Cali start to outpace you, and can I get a dex roll from you as well?
Sure.
Callie?
Saving throw or just an acrobatics?
No. Just like with your dex modifier, just a flat D20 with your dex modifier.
Sure. That's a 19.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So let me see. That beats my roll. So as you're running and you pass up Freely, she tries to take off, but you manage to sort of corner her before she can. You come across a dirty, small goblin child that was cowering behind the barrel.
Then I don't hit it with Charm Person.
Oh, okay. You still can if you want to.
If I'm aware that it is a goblin child, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll run in front of it and say, "Are you hurt?"
She looks really scared. She has a dirty face and snot running down her nose. And she kind of looks up at you terrified because she has never seen anything of your likes in your life. I point this out because I feel like Cali wouldn't pick up on it because Cali might be used to people looking at her like this.
Yeah, it's not that she totally picks up on it, but it's just the norm. So she doesn't even really register it. I will try in both common and undercommon to say, "Are you hurt?"
Mm-hmm.
I don't
She
speak.
responds in common,
Okay.
and she says, "No," and
Okay,
then she
good.
like kind of hovers back, holding her hands close up to her.
Were you affiliated with this beast, or were you just watching because it was a spectacle?
I was hiding.
Oh, go ahead.
So you don't know what that beast was?
No. And you see her like lick up some of her
No.
snot and rub it as well. She is a dirty, dirty child.
That's fine. Listen, I
Yes.
crawled out of the ground. It's fine.
Sophius, we've got to find her mother and
Yes, my
her
love.
father.
I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Are you doing okay?
She like peeks out behind the barrel at the two of you in the distance.
A divine sense. So good, evil, celestials, fiends, or undead within 60 feet of here.
Yeah. Nothing comes up on your radar.
Hey, well, what's your name, kid?
It's Daisy.
Daisy. You
It
got a
is
lot of
Daisy.
people worried about you. Okay, yeah, we're here to find you. Did you know that?
She like runs over to you and like hugs you.
Oh.
And
Hey, all right,
snuggled
no,
her disgusting face right here in
that's
your neck.
not the worst thing I've gotten on me lately. Okay,
I
all
was
right,
so
hey.
scared. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to hide. My friends were all gone, and we were playing hides and seeks. And then so I was out here, and then I was lost, and then I couldn't find. I went back, and then I saw the thing. It smelled so bad. It smelled so bad. So then I hid back here.
And lean over
In-
to Sophius and whisper, he literally did nothing.
When-
As I'm
when-
dripping with goo, bleeding, I'm bruised.
And I was actually talking to Avren before, but I don't know how close I am to Daisy. Am I anywhere near her, or am I still like back where we were being attacked?
Yeah, I mean, Cali and I ran over
Yeah, you
towards
ran.
so.
Yeah,
You
but
weren't
I'm
far
still-
from where Freely was, so you can like see
Mhm.
Okay.
roughly.
And I would have been relaying everything. In fact, at this point, what I'll say through the psychic connection is, well, we have found the missing child and she seems to be okay. I'm going to leave her to freely, as she seems to be, like most humanoids on the surface, scared of me, and examine this beast. And I will trot away and leave them to talk to the child.
Okay.
Because
When we were in Kalaputar, did we see any goblins? I know we saw orcs and dwarves. Did we see goblins?
No, not really. You
Okay.
you did see Sal back in Port Argent. There's a couple of
Right.
goblins in Argent, but you're not sure if there's a lot in Henge.
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
I'm relieved that Daisy is okay, but I'm also scooping up any of the remnants from the monster that are trying to seep into the earth right now.
Okay.
I have elixir jar that actually still has one of the leeches
Mhm.
from the creek that we crossed before. I'm curious to see if these have a similar DNA. So I'm actually
Yeah.
gonna, if I can, scoop one of them up and just plop them into one of my jars with that leech.
Okay.
And see if they
You're
attack
gonna
each
want to
other.
be. I'm gonna be nice here and say you're gonna want to be very careful. And I'm sure
Okay.
Avren would probably relay that to you as well because handling this is safely is going to be important because it is
Okay.
like disease-ridden material.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
so
gonna
Avren
use
has
my
better
armored
armor than me.
gauntlets to.
There we
I'm
go.
just gonna let her tell me what to do.
Can I?
Avren, do you see these little slithery things on the ground? Could you please be a dear and just pick one of them up and just put them right in this jar with this other strange leech?
Yeah, no, I can do that. That's fine. And I'm making a big show of like, oh, it's just like reaching down, like, oh, it's so hard for me. And doing whatever she tells me to do. I'm
Mhm.
just really whining about it, a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, Avren, you are such a strong man. Look at you.
As the leaving you pick up is like a tongue of something
Oh
that
God.
is like noxious and rotten and floppy.
Fantastic.
How does it react to the leech, or how does the leech react to it once it's in the
Nothing
elixir?
yet, but as time passes, who knows?
Oh,
Okay.
good.
I'm so curious to know how the leech reacts to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm gonna screw that jar real tight.
Real tight. Gonna keep it right
This-
here in my
this-
utility belts.
This isn't going to wake up and
Gonna be
murder us at
fine.
any point.
Are
Nah.
you concerned about anything in specific with the remnants of this creature?
Well, it smells really bad. You should be concerned with that. I want to go home. And she's
So-
still clinging to Freely.
Sophius,
Aw.
can you bonfire this thing to death? Or I mean,
What-
it's already dead, but just toast it.
The entire monster, or just the leech that we picked up?
The whole monster. The whole
tongue.
monster, not the leech and the tongue. We're
Oh,
keeping that.
it would take a very long time, but I can certainly try. Sophia's cast bonfire.
Before
just starts baking this monster. Just limb
Poor
by
Cali.
limb by limb.
I think Callie wanted to look at it.
Oh, well, let's
Oh.
wait for a second.
Of course, Cali, feel free. It is going to take me forever to cook this entire thing.
I was hoping to take a look at it because it seemed to scream psychically, and I haven't found very many things that do that. Also, I am
Oh, of
immune to
course.
being diseased, so if there's anything in specific you would like to look at, I can just, and to prove the point, she'll just wade into the guts of this creature, because she
Mhm.
doesn't care. And we'll start pulling stuff apart and looking. I
My
want to
Yeah.
know,
goodness.
like, Freely's got the small child handled before everything else gets bonfired. I want to know as much about this beast as possible.
Be sure to save the squeedly spooge.
I was not planning on saving anything. But if
Well,
you would
don't
like
don't
a
worry, don't
squiggly
worry,
spooge-
Frilly. I saved the tongue.
She's got the tongue.
Leave
A,
the
a
tongue.
tongue. I don't know if it's the tongue,
That's
but it is a tongue.
gross. And she's like playing with Freely's ears. And you notice
So-
she's like spider crawled up onto your back and she's like using your ears like they're
Fre-
steering wheels.
Freely, do not let her look at this. This is
So I do try and turn her away from it. And again, I'm a rustic hero, so I speak the language of the common people.
Mhm.
I'm like, hey, Daisy. No, you were very brave out here by yourself. Was there anyone else you saw? Good guys, bad guys, mean women, scary women, anything?
No, not exactly. I didn't see anything really important. But sometimes I play games out here, and sometimes I poke around in the dirt and I find things when I'm looking.
Did you find anything interesting?
Yeah, I have a treat for you because you saved me.
Well, we all saved you, yes, but yes. What did anything? Do you find anything out here you wouldn't want Roger to know about?
Maybe. And she hops down from your back. You're not that much taller than her.
It's not a long trip. It's not a long trip, but I'm very tall
She
for a
kinda
halfling.
just-
Thank you very
She kind
much.
of just puts her feet down. Really is what she does.
I'm a very tall halfling, but yes, okay.
And she pulls like a sack off her back, and you notice on it she has appliqued a daisy on her like little burlap sack that she carries on her back, and she
It's
opens
bedazzled.
it. She decides to give you a reward since you're a rustic hero.
It's not
Oh,
sewer
you got
rod,
one
is
of
it?
the better ones. So
She's
she
like-
pulls out and she says, I have lots of fun with this. I point it at the guards that sometimes they gotta do the thing. And it is a wand of smiles.
Oh,
Oh,
Freely's gonna have fun with this.
what's a wand of smiles?
A wand of smiles, it has 3 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend one of the charges and target a humanoid you can see within 30 feet of you. The target must succeed on a DC 10 charisma saving throw or be forced to smile for 1 minute.
That is
This wand
so-
regains all expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the wand's last charge, roll a d20. On a 1, the wand transforms into a wand of scowls.
That is
Hey,
so
could
delightfully
you- could you-
creepy.
Could you show me how this works there on that bald frowny guy right over there? Could you
Uh-huh.
show me what it
And
does?
she points it at you, Avren. Avren, make a charisma saving throw.
I remember having a discussion with my friend.
I'm like, you're lucky I
when this
forgot
was
cutting words.
designed, But I do have in my character sheet something for this event. So,
Do you have a wand of scowls?
Specific
Are
event.
you gonna hellish rebuke the little girl?
No.
Holding out.
I've had enough of this. What is it? What save?
A charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw.
Mhm.
Yeah, it doesn't specify whether it's a creepy smile or a friendly
So
smile. Just
it's,
smiles.
Either way.
Okay, first off, who casts it?
The little girl.
What's the save?
10.
I got 13.
Okay.
Is it trying to make me smile?
It's trying to make you smile and it fails.
No, but I smile.
Oh.
You are a great sorcerer, Daisy. Whoa.
Yeah, I do
Whoa.
this to people. Sometimes I have burls that I do it to Roger, and then he's like walk around. He's like, "Wow!" I keep smiling, and I do it again.
Daisy, that is
Hey.
so amazing. Can you teach me how to do that someday?
Yeah, you just gotta get the stick and you gotta point it, and
Oh,
then when you point it, it happens, and you gotta just point the stick.
Mama, do you need a napkin? And Sofieus
Mm-mm.
pulls out a little piece of fleece.
No, I don't need one.
Okay,
I have
but
my shirt.
but no, you don't. You should not do that. Here, you
it's
take this piece of fleece and you could rub it on your nose whenever you need, if you want.
Okay, this is
Hey,
mine now, and she puts it in her bag.
Okay.
I also lift up my shield, which is a shield of expression, and even it is smiling.
It's never
Aw.
worked that good before. That's the new one, but it's
This-
yours now, and she
I-
hands it to you freely.
Oh, hey, thanks, Daisy. I promise to put it to good use, okay? You know what? Come with me. I want you to meet another friend of mine. She's having a little bit of a rough day though, but I think you guys are gonna get along. And I go over to Buttermilk
Mm-hmm.
and I cast my cure wounds on the horse and I heal it for 11.
I forgot about buttermilk. Oh no.
Buttermilk
No.
is calm now, and Buttermilk is like she's still nervous, but I think you succeeded on your animal handling roll earlier too. So she's like she didn't bolt. And you notice like the dirty little goblin like grabs Buttermilk's nose, and she's like, "You have to blow at their nose so they know you're their friend."
I actually pick Daisy up and I put her on the back of Buttermilk and I say, okay, so we had two groups of friends that we needed to help. We needed to help you and we got some other friends that are trapped in a cave. So we're going to take you
Oh
home.
no, cave could be pilot
But-
scary, but you can find cool things in them.
Is there anything else you need to tell us, Daisy, before we drop you back off at home? Because we got to make sure you get there safe, but we got to get a move on because our friends are in a lot of trouble.
Well, I'm trying to think.
You want to try something interesting?
I think I know where the crocodile sleeps.
That, yes. Where's
Oh.
that? Well, now it's sleeping in the ground,
Because
but
I wander around. I've been around.
Yes.
I'm basically an expert in these parts. And she like picks her nose a little bit.
it's
Oh, don't forget
I
to use
mean-
your napkin.
no, that's a juicy one. No, keep that one. Mhm.
And she wipes it off on her shirt and she says,
Why not eat
sometimes
it?
when I'm in the
Ew.
whoa.
She is not immune to disease, Avren. Yes, sometimes. Yes.
Salty goodness.
No.
I followed the creek all the way to where it used to be wet, but now it's dry. It's really muddy there, and you can find crawdads there. Those are pretty yummy. You could take some of that butter that you put on the ground, and you can fry them in there, and it's really yummy.
Oh,
No,
that
ground
sounds
butter's
delicious.
the best. Yeah. Hey,
But back there's a really smelly big hole, and it kind of smells like that guy.
Hey,
She
let
points
me-
at the crocodile leavings.
let me ask you this.
Oh.
You
The
seen a
same
lady
town.
that is like yay tall. She would have been wearing a black robe. She would have had like on muddy boots. And I just described the robed woman to everyone that has
Mhm.
described her to us to the best of my ability to this kid. 'Cause
I don't
she
think
is
I've seen anybody like that, but maybe they came through. I don't know. I don't
alright.
remember everybody. I have
Well-
adventures that I go on. I've got really important things I have to do.
I understand. You know what? Let's
Of
get you
course.
home, sweetheart, and then we're gonna go
I
check.
appreciate you saving me. Do your friends want a prize? She like pulls her backpack off again.
Oh, I would love a prize. Also,
No,
can you
she
tell me
gives-
again?
Great
Where-
rewards.
Yeah, you
Can
got
you-
a special stick.
Can you
My
tell me
smile
again
stick.
where this stinky hole is?
It's about, and she points because she doesn't know directions. It's that way, and you notice that it's east of town.
Okay.
So you
In-
gotta follow the river, and you keep going that way. Normally it's wet, but right now it's all dried up, and you go that way, and then you could find it. There's a big hole. It
Okay.
smells like that. It smells like butts.
That,
Smells
yeah,
like
that's
butt.
definitely that thing.
I
is like,
believe
yeah.
you.
Is that even roughly in the way of the mine, or is it the other direction?
No, it's the other direction.
'Kay.
So you're actually on the same creek. It's where you got the catfish from.
Right.
She is suggesting if you keep following it up, there's a place where it dries up.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, you guys, and I say this is back in the psychic thing, even though I'm very much looking at her and smiling. I'm like, we got to take this kid home, and then we got to get to the mine, and then maybe we'll come back for that. We'll tell Roger. We'll just deal with it after.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't want to send her on her own. Daisy, I have a question. Are you royalty?
Am I what?
Royalty?
I bow.
I don't know what that means.
Are you a king or a queen or a princess or
Well, my mom says I'm a princess.
what?
My mom says I'm a princess.
Oh,
Yeah, there's
Princess
something
Daisy,
I've-
thank you so much for your help.
Something I've always wanted, and it's never happened for me. I was wondering if you would knight me.
I would love to knight you. That's so special.
Oh, what an honor.
And she takes out her little, she takes the stick back. Can I borrow this for a second?
Absolutely, Your Highness.
I kneel down in the mud. Not very well.
Hereby dub thee the Knight of Smiles
Oh,
and sometimes stink.
smiles and stink.
Pop my sword out and make this huge elaborate flourish, and I'm like, a better knightly name has never been given, sir.
And I dub you the Knight of Ponies. And she also knights you freely.
Knight of Ponies. Oh, my lady.
And I dub you the Knight of Bacon. That's what she dubs.
Sophia's.
Accurate.
Thank you so much.
And
is an honor.
and she kind of is scared. I don't know if you want to be a knight.
Yeah, I've not reapproached because I've been waiting in the guts of this thing. And so from a distance, I will say, thank you very much. I would love to be knighted by you, but at the moment I am covered in bits and pieces of this gore.
I say
Okay,
psychically.
that's fair.
Just kneel. Just kneel. Trust me. Just please
Cali
kneel.
kneels inside of the creature.
Mhm.
If you
No.
insist, but please do not let the small child come here.
No.
She does it from a distance. She stands back and she says,
Very
I
wide.
dub the Knight of Metal. Shiny
incredible.
metal, like gold. That's the whole title. I dubbed thee the Knight of Metals, shiny metals like gold. You have to say that every time that that's your name.
Princess
I will.
Daisy,
Thank you
thank you
very
so
much.
much.
Yes, I salute you, knight of metal, shiny metal like gold.
Okay, I'm gonna give you one more thing to keep you safe on your way. She reaches back into her pack and she pulls out and hands you, Avren, walloping ammunition.
Oh,
And she says,
Oh,
I played pranks with this, but maybe you could do something good with it since I don't do good things with it. I do bad things with it.
Where did you get this from, Daisy?
I take
I
the
stole
walloping
it.
ammunition
okay.
and I shove it into one of the holes in my gauntlet and it just go powers up and glows for a second.
Oh
It's just
wow,
like
I've
this-
never seen it done that before.
Huh.
It's
You have-
because
We'll do nicely.
he's a powerful knight, thanks to you.
Yeah.
That's why
You
it
have
worked.
5. And basically every time you shoot with it, it acts basically as a normal sling bullet. But if the target does not succeed on a DC 10 strength saving throw, they'll be knocked prone.
Princess
I
Daisy.
stole it and I hit somebody with it. They fell over and it was fun. I sometimes I do that. Sometimes I miss. Sometimes I do that.
I will make many enemies fall over for you.
Thank you.
Let's get you home.
If you want to have a fun time, you should hit a cow with it because if the cow falls over, it's really funny.
Roughly how far were we from town?
Just attacking my hometown every day.
Cali is filing away all of
Just-
this information for later because Cali believes what children say in the Underdark because they tend to know things. So she just because this is a small child does not mean that she doesn't trust everything that this child is saying.
This kid's
So-
probably telling more
Callie's
than
gonna
the
go
truth.
cow tipping.
Probably.
Roughly how far are we from town?
It wasn't
You're
far, right?
Yeah, you're not far because this
I'm like-
little farming hamlet is pretty close to town.
Did anything? I know the beast was a mixture of what looked like artificial parts and like rotting. Did anything last? Like anything that we can bring back to be like, look, it's dead. You know?
Well, yeah.
I mean, Sofieus has proof as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I know she got like gooey bits, but I mean, that could be anything. Like, is there any like a claw, a tooth, like anything that clearly we could be like, it is dead?
like I'll try to tear off the skull.
Okay.
I mean, did the skull
um,
remain? The skull would be great.
I
just
think we
wasn't.
should take as much from this monster as we can.
All right, then yeah,
So
ahead.
I pulled out one of my real knives because my psychic knives won't cut anything.
mhm.
And this whole time I've been just essentially slaughtering this creature, looking for information. I'm looking for whether it's natural or unnatural, whether it's anything that I recognize from my travels, if I can figure out what it's been adorned with. And then also, you said that pieces of it, when it came off, like burrowed into the ground and destroyed the ground. I kind of wanted to examine that. Like, is this pern thread and where we have a problem on our hands, or is this like what that's what
Give
I've
me
been
an
doing.
Arcana
This whole
check
time.
and a nature check.
Oh, okay. All right, so Arcana. Nope, that's a 4.
I love this
can
game.
Can we all do this, or is this just her because she's investigating?
I
My
think
my nature
she's
check is a
investigating.
21.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's up to her hips in the viscera right now. So
Yeah.
Fine by me.
So
You've earned
you're
it.
not able to tell what type of, whether this was like a magical creature or how it was held together. But from investigating the ground, one thing you do piece together is that like wherever the material has touched, the foliage there, whether it be grass or any kind of moss on the ground, has kind of died off. From your estimations, it doesn't look like it's spreading, though. It just seems like wherever the viscera landed, the grass there just kind of shriveled up and died.
And is it only the viscera, or is the entire area around this corpse now become fallow?
Basically, wherever it's touching.
Okay.
Actually, my divine sense does detect things that have been that are under the effect of unhallowed. Does this feel like it's like cursed earth now?
No, it's not cursed. More so, it's like if somebody dumped a pool of like acid on something.
Got it. Just very
Yeah.
dirty.
Yeah, nasty.
All right. I load the kid up on buttermilk, and especially if we've got the skull, and I'm like, come on, you guys, we got to move.
Okay, so real quick, because I see them investigating what it's doing to the earth, I want to see how the tongue is doing with the leech that
Okay.
I placed it into the jar with.
Mhm.
So I sort of hold it up and swirl it around. Do I need to make an Arcana check or anything?
Yeah, let's go ahead and have you roll an Arcana check.
Okay. Rolled a 13.
A 13. So it doesn't seem like the tongue is interacting with the leech in any way. You do notice the leech has latched onto it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like it likes the tongue?
If it starts growing, I'm
It's-
going to blast that thing.
Or
Yeah,
or
it's feeding
or
off
is
of it.
it's feeding off of it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The last thing I want to do after I've done my investigation, hearing them talk about we should bring back a skull or a claw or something, can I slice off the skull? The head?
Yeah. So like all of the flesh off this thing has basically started to like peel off like a almost like a flower blooming. Sort of like revealing this like old skeleton underneath, fallen away like an onion, layers and layers and layers of what you surmise at one point was the crocodile's flesh, but other stuff has been over time caked on over it. And yeah, what remains is a very old, almost like bleached skeleton.
And is the skeleton, is it just of like a normal crocodile? If we showed this to somebody, they'd be like, oh, it's just a crocodile.
Very large, but yes, normal. It seems normal to what you can see. Yeah.
All right, she'll still take the...
Does it have an iron bolt that was shot into it that is corrupted and twisted it into evil?
An iron bowl? Not that you can tell, no.
Yeah, I'll take the skull and
What?
look over and say, does anybody have a
Miyazaki
bag
joke, y'all.
Yeah.
or something I can put this in? And then I will
Yes.
clean myself off before I get onto the horse again.
Yes, Kelly, I have here a bag of holding.
Boom, in the bag of holding, I will clean myself off so that I don't contaminate the horse with any of the viscera that I've just been waiting in, and then I'll be ready to go.
The skull is about the size of Freely, but it plops into the bag of holding easily. It's heavy and it is large, but it is sufficient proof that you have slain the beast.
We've slain.
I would like
beast.
one of those sometime. Maybe you could put it on your mantle.
Well, maybe once we've gotten back and we have shown it to Roger, we can tell him that you need to get to keep it to mounted because you were so brave in the face of it.
Really?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
fancy. I don't think
Gross.
you should do that though, because if you give it to Roger, Roger could maybe turn it into something cool for you.
Well,
He
I'd
does
rather
cool
put it
things
in
with
something cool
monster
for you.
bones. I have a distant relative in Port Argent. He does even cooler things with monster bones. He can make stuff out of them.
Oh, what kind of
The
stuff
can
distant
he make?
relative?
That guy Sal.
Yeah, Uncle Sal's.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah,
very
no.
distant uncle. My dad says he's not really my uncle, but it's polite to call him uncle because he's older than me. So I
Halflings are
call
the same
him
way.
Uncle Sal.
So
But
many.
he's not actually my dad's brother though.
I got
I just
aunts.
call
He's
him.
not.
I got
No.
aunts that are cousins. No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah. By the way, we're writing. By the way, talking to the kid. Like,
Yeah.
trying to-
Okay.
If
You
there
know,
is something-
freely, I just want to tell you, out of all the warlocks I have, you're my second favorite.
You know
I'm
what?
the first
Oh.
favorite.
You're my second favorite patron.
Oh, I
Avren,
lean
so
in.
we're-
Are we on our horses?
Slow.
Are we on our horses right
yeah,
now?
yeah, we're writing.
I lean in slow and look very close to Daisy.
Mm-mm. I'm
Daisy,
a
you
warlock.
absolutely will be, and always shall be, my first and favorite warlock.
That's good because I'm very good at what I do. I'm a very good warlock.
Yeah, she's a princess and a warlock. Wow, Daisy, you are just the best person. My goodness.
Pretty cool.
I have
Pretty
to ask
cool.
the DM for something.
Uh-huh.
If there is any magic left in Avren,
Yes.
can
Do
he
not make this child a warlock. You do not make
give
it.
what remains inside of him to Daisy, so that maybe one day she could be a warlock?
She
It
goes
would
to
come
warlock.
at a cost.
What's the cost?
It would come at the cost of one level 1 spell slot.
I will burn an entire level.
Level 1 spell
Wow.
slot. Just a spell
Permanently.
slot.
I'll go back to level 2.
No, just a spell slot. That's all she's
Oh,
asking.
just a spell slot.
Just
What
a
do you
spell
mean,
slot.
permanently, or just
Permanently. Yeah, you just lose a level 1 spell slot.
Oh, that's hard to do mechanically on D&D Beyond, though. I will burn a
is.
level.
You have to just remember.
If I may, I don't want to ruin this beautiful moment, but just every
Yeah.
time, just click it as used, and you'll just always just operate at
can-
a handicap on your own.
That's why homebrew is such a wonderful thing on D&D Beyond.
I would. I'm totally okay with it, and
Mhm.
it's more it's more elegant for me. I will totally lose a level to give her one level in warlock.
That's harsher, but okay.
Yeah, I know it's
So-
harsher.
That is a lot harsher than the penalty I was going to have you pay.
I know.
Okay, so yeah, you can. You're also going to be kind of linked to Daisy though, like a little bit. You'll
Okay.
be able to talk to her, and she'll sometimes be able to talk to you.
Okay.
She may ask you for things because now you're her patron.
Oh shit.
She's gonna learn about disappointment early. Okay, great.
I am leveling
Aw.
down Avren by 1 level.
This is huge. Okay, so
Yeah.
Avren goes down to level 2, and Daisy becomes a level 1 warlock. How do you do it? How do you bestow this gift on her?
Daisy, what's your last name?
Goblin Chomper.
Daisy Goblin Chomper.
That was just a lie. That's not really my last name. I just messing with you.
And I just
She already sounds like a warlock.
Of a trickster god,
I
absolutely.
just put my hand like a knight on her left shoulder, on her right shoulder. I anoint you the very last of my warlocks and the first amongst them. And some white energy that's almost like a shadow of Avren
Mhm.
passes past her.
Let me see what her stats are really bad, but let me see. I rolled a 19.
You got high
She
charisma.
comprehends what happens. And she's like, oh, I feel like a tingling down from my toes, up in my nose. And she holds out both of her hands and she casts Eldritch Blast into the sky.
I'm like, yep. Just be careful where you point that. It hits
Oh
pretty
my
hard.
god! This is way better than making people smile.
Well done, Daisy.
I love it, and I love you. I'm so excited. Now I can kill Dax crocodile that scares me and makes me hide for 2 days. I had to eat mushrooms while I was hiding. I hate mushrooms. Now I'm just gonna hit it
Me
with
too.
my magic blast. And then it's gonna be like, oh, I'm not messing with you, Daisy Goblin Chopper, even though that's not my name. I just made it up right now.
I cast message and I message Avren. And I say, well, if nobody else is going to have you as a patron, at least you got it right twice.
You're right. Her and Harold.
Yeah.
And I look over at Sofieus and I'm trying to look very brave and calm, and I just look at her and my eyes are watering and I am pale and thin.
And Avren, they're still on their horses as they're talking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're riding.
Mhm.
Yeah, like going.
And occasionally just like a big and Daisy's Eldritch Blast looks funny. It almost it's like big and yellow and kind of glittery. So when she does it, it's like a big poof of like pale yellow glitter that kind of then fizzles out.
I
Yeah.
very much, while they're writing and while they're talking, I am trying to give her at least like quick pointers. I'm like, no, Daisy, you will hurt people with this. Okay, so you look that way and he's like, breathe through it, just like punch you, because we basically just gave a shotgun to a toddler. So I'm very much like, no, be cool with this. Okay?
Okay, right. So don't listen to anything that Freely says. I am, after all, your patron, and also,
What's the
and then I
patron?
explain the right way to do everything.
What
I
does
don't
the
want her-
patron do?
Not much.
Patron gives you the magic, and Eldritch Blast is a
Do
responsibility,
I have to
not
do
a
what
weapon.
you say now because you're my patron?
No, I'm never going to tell you what to do.
Oh,
It's never
okay.
going to happen. I mean, maybe, but not you.
Okay, that's good.
You just have magic that other people have books, and people who have magical items, and people who have who pray to powerful gods, and people who steal have magic. And I had to get my magic this way too. Once upon a time.
Somebody
to
gave it to you? They just gave it to you? Everybody's so
No, I
nice.
had to make a deal.
Oh.
I had to steal it. And you don't have to steal it. And you earned it. And this is yours.
But
and it has
rules are
nothing to do with
rules.
me.
So I'm
about
gonna
what?
make a deal. Rules are rules. So I'm gonna make a deal.
No deal.
Well, we're gonna make one. Number one deal is that I'll use the napkin. So that's
Good
'cause
girl.
it seems
It's
to
a
bother
very good deal. Not
your lovely
necessary,
wife. So I'll use my napkin. And my number two deal is I won't knock cows over with this. I'll do better stuff with it, maybe. I'll
Yeah,
try.
they will not get up if you knock the cows over with this. I need you to understand that, okay?
This is
Oh.
overpowered. Do not use this on cows.
maybe protect the people
Ever.
who don't have magic.
Yeah, I like this deal. Okay, so here's the deal. I'll use my stuff to protect people, and I'll use the napkin. I'll use both.
That sounds
am
like one-
so
that
proud
sounds
of
like
you,
a
You're
Daisy.
getting the
deal.
better. You're getting the better end of the deal, though.
I agree.
Yeah, but I'll do that.
Can I just reach out my hand to touch Avren's and pull our horses closer together and give him a kiss on the cheek and whisper in his ear, I am so very proud of you.
I look away from her and I hold her hand.
Y'all are too cute.
And in Sophia's other hand, she is holding a cake. on a horse. I know, it's weird. It is a sweet butter radish cake, and on it reads, Avren's second favorite warlock. And I hand it to you freely.
I take it and I look at it and I'm like, how'd you do that so fast?
I don't know if you know this, but it's so fast, Sophia. I'm sorry, I'll leave.
So fast, Sophia's.
Well,
I need
thank
to
you all
leave.
for
I
tuning in.
need a
That's
restaurant.
the
We're
end of
done.
Silver
We're
and Steel. It
Goodbye.
was a good 4-episode limited series. We're just
Listen,
gonna-
if you're not
alright,
in
bye-bye.
control, if you're not out of control, you're not in control.
For the hero on the go.
So
Sophia's.
Sophius is pulled up next to the horse that Avren and this goblin child are on, and is doing all these sweet things. And Callie's gonna lean over to Daisy and
Mhm.
say, "Make sure if you're gonna use that, you always go for the head. You want to try to kill people as quickly as possible, okay?"
Okay. I was gonna aim for the no-nos because my mama says if anybody ever messes with you, you gotta punch them where it hurts.
Exactly,
But
Daisy.
you're-
Daisy, look at me. Eyes, throat, genitals. Always remember that.
Okay, I could do that.
You know, they're telling you the truth, kid. It's true. You just don't shoot if you don't mean it. Yeah, okay.
Your mother is very wise. Definitely listen to her, but always remember when you're gonna go to kill somebody, you have to finish them off as quickly as possible.
Unless they are a robot. I don't suspect the robot will ever be attacking you, but I don't know
If
if the
anyone
same
ever
anatomy applies to them. But go for the head. Absolutely. Every time.
Okay. And as you say this, you reach town, and you could drop Daisy off.
I find Roger.
Roger took off with his men.
Oh, he went
Yeah.
with them.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
we said leave someone else. Take a
Somebody
quick look. Is
trusting.
town okay? Like, was this a trap to lure everybody out? Just like a quick survey. Like, do things seem legit here?
It seems pretty calm, yeah. It seems like it's business as usual. A lot more emptier than it was before.
I find the nearest guard and I'm like, hey, who's in charge while Roger's gone?
He looks over and he says, "The captain of the guard,
Yeah, where are they? Him, her, she, them.
down that way." And he points past the gate, or like, so he's on one side of the gate, and he points past the gate over to near where the front of the tavern is.
I take because Daisy's on the horse with me, so I ride right up to it. I'm like, "Where's the captain of the guard? The captain of the guard."
A man walks over to you. He's got short cropped brown hair, and he's wearing leather armor.
I very carefully put Daisy down because I'm actually fairly strong, so I think she's little. I could do it. I'm like, "Here is your missing royalty, Daisy. Here is the skull of the slain beast. The weredial is slain," and it's like very loud.
Mhm.
You're safe to return to the fields.
You get like a smattering of applause from the few people that are like in town, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, it was real." You hear like all this people kind of like gather around and look at the skull, and the guard is like, "Oh, Daisy, you're safe." And he's like, "Gosh, you little troublemaker, where'd you get off to?" And she looks back at him. She says, "Next time you try to bully me, I'm gonna hit you with my special blast." And he's like, "Mm-hmm." And he's like, "I hope you don't still have that weird stick." And he's just like grabs her and he like takes the napkin out of her hand and rubs her nose with it.
Yeah.
I toss her a coin. On the coin, it's gold, and it has on one side it has a frowny Avren. On the other side, it has a happy Avren.
Mm-hmm. She catches it. And then she puts it in her bag and she goes, "This is more prizes for people because sometimes I have to give people prizes." And she puts it back on her
My
bag.
prize is only for you.
Yeah, keep that one close.
Oh, okay. I was gonna regift it, but I'll keep it. It's okay, I guess. And it's kind of weird to have a coin with your own face on it, though. You gotta have some old dead king on there.
No, I'm very excited.
You're not
about
supposed
it,
to have
actually.
your own face on it. Quite.
Well,
You're supposed to
always
have
be
a dead
branding.
person's face on there.
Yeah, no, it should be your face. And
No, it should be a dead person. Because if you're
Well-
alive, then your face should be on it. It's gotta be some old dead king.
You know what? When I
Well,
come back, let me
wait
tell
for
you
it.
how many times I've seen this guy die. Okay, and I do just sort of
Her
like
eyes
rear
like
up.
go wide, and
Yeah,
she like you notice she like doesn't like this news.
like Daisy, keep these people safe until everybody comes home. Okay,
Okay,
and rare and go back literally the way we just came
all
because
right.
that was the shortest distance to the mine, was it not?
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you stay on the road.
Yep. Although, as we start writing over the psychic link, I just say to you all, I'm like, okay, so wait a second. They already said we sent a small army to the mine, and I know we said we were coming, but maybe we should at least just take a peek at the stinky hole Daisy saw, just in case something else terrible's in there.
I definitely want to take a peek at the stinky hole, but first my cat's destroying the room, so I'm gonna let her out.
As they are wont to do.
Sofieus has stopped directing the horse. I guess I
That's
must
true.
direct the horse now, and I will reach around Sofieus and do my best to mimic whatever Sofieus is doing to keep the horse going.
Get the
mentally
cat.
she connects with
Get the
scribble
cat. A
little-
bag of holding.
Yeah.
I would like to try to mentally connect with the horse that we're riding, please. I can do that. Yes. All right.
So you're like mentally telling the horse where to go?
Yeah, I think I can do this because I think as long as the speak
I just look-
telepathically with you and a creature can't use this telepathy if it can't speak any language, and a creature can end. Okay, so I
Right.
guess it depends on whether the horse speaks anything.
It's
You and the
Mike's
creature
horse.
don't need
Horses.
us to speak a common language to understand each other. So as long as the horse speaks something, and Cali doesn't know. Yeah, I know.
Seems like a reach.
Cali doesn't
I'm
know.
for it,
She's never encountered one of these beasts until today. So she's going to try to make a mental link with the horse.
As you make a mental link with it, you just hear a neighing and snorting back.
Verbally or in my head?
Both.
Excellent.
The horse
Very
doesn't know
nice.
how this works.
Excellent. It's very nice to meet you. Would you please continue along the designated path that Sofieus has asked for?
It does, just because
Awesome.
there's snow. It doesn't have any reason not to.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
You
Freely-
would think it was because you cast it too.
Freely just looks at you two / Sophius, even though she is part way into the spirit world, and says, we just gotta check. Like we'll just make sure. If it's nothing, it's not gonna take us any time at all. And if it's something, then we need to look anyway. So we'll just hop by, just make sure.
Well,
and
I agree that it is very possible there are more of these creatures because there's no saying that the one that we have destroyed is the one, and there is only one. So I agree. Also, once again, there is very little that I can do in a mine. I'm not that strong. So if you would like me or some of us to go and do a reconnaissance while the rest of you continue.
let's just go, because that one took everything we had. So if there's another one, much less many other ones, we probably all need to be there.
Oh, I was not suggesting that I try to engage one of these creatures one-on-one. I would be very stealthy and look and then leave. But
We could just do heroing, Kelly.
I'm more than happy to go as a group. Absolutely. Also, I would need to ask the horse to go in that direction, and I don't think I would feel comfortable asking the horse to go in that direction.
Then I think we're gonna detour to the stinky hole.
Okay. Do you want to take a short rest or anything before you go?
I mean, if we can. I know we're like several ticking clocks here, so I mean, if it feels like we
well,
could get away with it.
It's up to you.
Actually, okay.
How far do we think it's going to be to the stinky hole?
I would like to take a short. I would.
All right, short rest.
Never mind. It
Yeah.
won't
No,
do anything for me.
Well, let me ask you this. Technically, as long as we're not just like in a fierce gallop, can we short rest on the back of a horse, or do we have to, because it's in activity, or do we have to
Yes
pull
and
over?
no, because the next time you rest, you'll level up. That's me sort of GMing, because I do
Well, then, yeah, we'll
milestone-based EXP. That's why I want to offer it to you.
Well,
So
honestly,
even a short rest, you'll
I
let
will
us level up.
I will say this.
Yeah.
Seeing
Oh.
that I know Avren looks tired, and I know what he just did.
Mhm.
Freely would make a dramatic show of like, oh man, I'm still, that thing caught me in the ribs. If I could just have it, like, ooh, I'm looking peaked. I just, I need a minute. Buttermilk needs some rest. And maybe we should stop. Maybe we should. I know, Avren, I know you could keep going. You're hardcore, but I can't do it. I can't do it.
Avren looks like 70
how is
pounds
Buttermilk?
lighter.
Buttermilk is doing pretty good. She got healed up from that giant chunk that the weredial took out of her leg. And Freely did a really good job. Freely is very good with animals. He did a really good
Aw.
job calming her down. And yeah, she's okay.
Oh.
She was spooked at first, but she's recovered.
Well, he's on their
Girl,
level.
same. Yeah. All right.
I
yeah,
Same height.
I do stop, pull over. Yeah, I'm like, okay, I need a
Put a
break.
blinker on.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
I just figured I'd offer to, because I do milestone based EXP, and then every single time you take a short rest, you can like
Yes,
use
that
that time
would
to
be-
learn new abilities.
an
That's how I
optimal
do it in
time
game.
for that. You're like, oh, I remember fireball. Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah. So you would be going up to level 4. Avren is going to stay the same at level 3.
I'm okay with it.
It's
I would
then yes, short rest, level up.
I would also
Beautiful,
like to take
beautiful.
this hour before I lose my psychic connection with our horse to find out what the horse's name is. I'm sorry, what was your name?
It whinnies back at you.
I'm
Winnie.
not sure if I could pronounce that,
Winnie.
but I will do my best.
Her name's Winnie? I thought she was Buttermilk. Oh, okay.
No, this
We
is,
have 2 different
this is-
horses.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
her.
Winnie,
because-
Winnie and Buttermilk. I don't know what Avren's horse's name is.
Got it. He's a horse with no name.
Grand.
Riding through the desert.
Bronze.
Grand Winnie.
The hammer of the underworld.
Yep.
Every once in a while, Avren, you feel like a pull, like for power on your like psychic connection almost like a warlock in your care is drawing upon power. And every time you hear this, you just hear pew,
It was
pew, pew.
Okay, that checks out. That's usually
Avren.
how it starts.
I would say, Avren, you see like Freely sort of like looks at you for a moment and he like takes a deep breath and holds his hand up and a magic missile shoots out and shatters a rock. And he's like, getting all of the juice back. Is this because you gave something to that kid that I got something back? Is that what even is happening here?
We need more of us. Of you.
Are you
I
planning
mean, not
on
so much you, but you
Yeah.
know, others. We need more warlocks.
I mean, isn't that sort of what got you in this mess, man? Like, no.
Then I get into the mess more.
Hey, friend. I'm just like, but I do just look at him like, you did a good thing for that kid. So she's lucky to have found you on the path. And I do just sort of like slap him on the arm.
It
Do I hear
hurts.
this conversation?
Yeah, no, you all would have definitely seen me magic missile a rock. Like, boom. I'm like, oh yeah.
Avren, what happened to the 998 other warlocks?
They're all fine. I just gave the last bit I had left.
Can you
It's-
not recruit the other 998 warlocks?
They are recruited. I
Yeah,
just
no,
had
they-
a little bit left, and I thought she should have whatever magic I had left.
It is definitely good anytime that one that is small can have the power to defend themselves. That is a good thing.
So, you know what that means, really? Not only
Yes.
are you the second favorite warlock, but you are also better than 998 warlocks.
And I do stand up and I say, you know what, Avren? Let me get that for you. And I press digitation to like all the grossness off of him so that he's clean and shiny again. And it just
Awesome.
Very nice.
for everybody, including me. I'm like,
If you have
oh.
an entire army of 998 others, wouldn't we want to recruit them to go after the potential
It's-
weredials that are available? We would have no trouble if they are all as capable as Freely.
One would
Man,
think if you
they're-
had that many warlocks at hand, you would
They're-
put them to work.
They're not
Yeah,
gonna come when he
there's
calls. No,
something
just don't.
else.
No.
There's something
What's-
else we have to worry about.
Avren, is there something you're not telling me?
Oh, lots of
Yes.
things. Lots of things. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
this
Let's get the weredial killed, and we can talk about everything else later.
It does dawn on you that since you gave her a full level, I was going to initially have it where she would learn one spell, aka a level 1 spell in return for a level 1 spell slot permanently burned. But since you gave up a level's worth of experience, she is now like a complete like level 1 warlock who can
Oh,
now
yeah.
continue her training. As you level up, she may get more powerful. So I feel like I should let you know that. I just feel like it's kind of because I know that Avren would understand that. So every time you get more powerful, there is a chance that she does. So there might be a 7-year-old level 3 warlock running around at some point in time.
Oh yeah,
no
I know
negative
that-
repercussions. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I get what I did. I just created the
Good.
spark of magic in someone,
Mm-hmm.
and that will go one way or the other. So,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, Kylo Ren turned out great. So
That is not what you were supposed to take from this, but okay.
by that
Yeah.
I mean he didn't.
After our break, you do, I would say, Avren, you especially know freely. And when he stands up, there's sort of like a little bit of a golden sparkly glitter in his eyes that was gone, that you very much see is back again. And he just looks like, oh, okay. Whew, you guys ready?
Is he saying that
ready.
while like wandering
Oh
around?
yeah, no, he
like,
very much is like,
on the
okay,
horse.
okay, all right, no, all right, this isn't so bad. It's not so bad. It's not so bad. Okay.
As we're getting back on the horse, I will reconnect the psychic connection because it only is good for an hour.
Okay.
And I rolled a 5, so I will reconnect with Winnie as well.
Okay. Perfect.
Actually, I rolled a 5, so I can do 1, 2, 3. I'll do Winnie and Buttermilk. Hello, Buttermilk.
Hey.
It is very nice to be able to speak with you.
You hear a snort, and like just like the way they push air out of their nostrils.
Do I take that as a greeting of some sort? We understand each other even if I don't speak.
I
your
don't
language.
know. Do you? I guess that's something only Cali would answer. Like,
He's
what
like, I
would
don't know,
Callie take?
do you?
You know, I don't know how Cali would interpret that.
Ah. I think she's going to try to be as friendly as possible, but yeah, so I think she'll take that as a greeting, and she'll then in the psychic connection to everybody else say, well, I've managed to connect with 2 of our 3 horse companions. I still have to find out the name of the 3rd, but I will let you know as soon as I can. They say hello. And then Cali will make the same noises. She'll make the noises in because you can't hear each other. It's me just relaying to everybody in your own
Yeah.
voices.
So now you just hear horses in your
Every once in a
psychic
while.
link.
Every once
would
in a
like-
while, I'm pretending to be Freely to like relay something Freely says, and then I make a noise like a horse.
As we are writing, I am like, could you just check to see it? I mean, is she in apples? Does she like radishes, carrots? Like, I mean, like,
Is
you know,
there
I
someone
wanna-
else that is currently psychically connected to us that perhaps should not be, or is perhaps someone desperately in need of taking a poo and also apples? Like, I'm confused right now. What's happening?
I mean, you don't just call me out like that, man. I just, if I did, we're
You have like a
connected mentally.
real like obsessive need for sugar cubes. What's happening?
I mean, it's because I'm so sweet. Yeah, okay, fine.
Buttermilk, do you have a preference?
You just hear another snort.
What I've been told is
Horse.
Hashtag snorts and
I
radish.
think we found your intellectual better. Perhaps
I mean,
Buttermilk can do some of your decisions.
Buttermilk is very brave, and that's ha. You talk all the trash you want. I saw you do a good deed. I've seen you do lots of good deeds. Sophius, you get full credit for his good deeds. You are at least 50% less terrible now, Avren. You're moving in the right direction.
I power up my gauntlet, point it at Freely.
I'm like,
Magic missile doesn't ever miss.
You also
Yes,
have walloping ammo.
actually, when he says magic missile doesn't ever miss, this time I hold up my hand and a shield appears, and I'm like, come at me, bro.
When Avren holds up his hand, Sophius just kind of pushes it down. But remember, you are level 3 now.
Like, what's he talking about? You know, a level 3.
Oh, we're the Deadpool couple.
I'm like, is this how they like rank council people? I don't know.
Yeah,
but I'm
this
glad
is how
that
we
you-
rank the council people.
I'm glad that you have all stood down because I'm not sure if I could take a side in this and figure out who I should kill first.
It's all right. Yeah, and definitely. He should
And
die
as you're
first.
having this conversation, the creek you've been following, and this is the same creek that was running underneath the bridge that where you like found the trolley or the cart the first time. Now you're following it in the opposite direction, west, which is where the little gobbo child pointed you towards. You do notice that as you're going along the banks, I'm assuming you're not riding your horses through the leech-filled creek, that it is getting wider and lazier. And as it's getting wider and wider, it's almost turning into like kind of like a puddle. and then as now you've come upon an area where it's almost turned into a sort of lake. If you look up, you'll notice at some point that there was some sort of waterfall feeding into it, but it has dried up. You don't know if that's a seasonal thing or if there's a drought.
Do I see any tracks on the ground that would indicate that there are one or more of these creatures now that I've waded in their guts?
Give me a survival check. Do you like come down into the sort of like dried up lake?
I would get
Pond?
off the horse first.
Okay.
Sophius, I will return shortly, and I will
Okay,
move.
please be safe.
I will do my best. I will move wherever I think the most tracks could be found, because if this is a dry lake bed, there's probably places where it's still wet and muddy. And then you said survival. Yeah, my wisdom went up, so. Or not my wisdom, my something else went up. I got a 15 though.
You got a 15.
Yeah.
So you do notice that there are some old tracks. You can't identify what they belong to. It's something large and almost like something has been dragged through here. The mud is disturbed and created almost like a small trench, if that makes sense.
Dragged away from the lake or dragged into it?
You can't discern.
Okay. Well, something very big has come through here. I can't quite tell which way it went.
It's also incredibly muddy where you are right now.
It is also incredibly muddy, but
yeah.
And she's like sunk up to her knees and doesn't care.
Yeah, probably a little bit below your knees, but yeah, it's slow going.
Well, this worked.
One could almost describe it as difficult terrain.
to use the common parlance, right?
Yes, yes.
I'm like, well, this worked last time, but this time I cast thaumaturgy to make my voice 3 times larger.
I mean,
louder.
produce my knives.
And I'm like,
this worked the last
man,
time.
you guys be careful. Hopefully nothing knows we're here. And just sort of like wait in here if any horrible monsters come running.
Silence.
Sophia says to Freely, perhaps the next time you do that, you give us a little bit of a warning.
Yes, please.
Oh, if I warned you, you'd ask me not to do it. Is
Of
there
course.
any,
Probably true.
That's kind of the point, Freely, is you're all in all the time for you, and you are drawing attention when maybe we should have a group discussion about whether to die or not.
Excuse me. I'm all in for you. That's why I'm here. And yeah, this is what I do, and it gets results. We needed to find the monster. We found the monster. We killed the monster.
Results are always great. Sometimes the results of me being knee deep inside of a weredial.
Hey,
Right.
only she got knee deep in it. You put your hand in its mouth, and thank you for that. Thank you.
While they're having this discussion, if nothing has come out immediately, I would like to follow the trench further into the lake bed on the assumption that something has come out instead of going in.
Okay. Freely.
I'd also like to look to see if there's any daisy-sized footprints around here. If there's any like child footprints.
Why don't you give me a survival check?
Oh, but KB.
It's a good
Or
idea.
a perception. Let's do perception since you know what you're looking for.
All right. That's a big old 12.
You don't notice a whole lot. You do notice like off towards like where the edge of this pond is, you do notice like a weird little rock structure.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Are you gonna go to it?
Yeah, I do hop off of Buttermilk, and I'm like, Cali, could you tell Buttermilk to be careful just in case we don't have a repeat of the last time?
I will relay to both of the horses through the psychic link as I'm following the trench, the drag mark. I will say, please do not follow us as we go into this muddy area. You could get stuck pretty easily, and I would not want you to be attacked.
So you're kind of going in opposite directions. Just want to clarify.
Yep.
So as you're descending further into the lake, Freely, you come upon like a stack of rocks, like little pebbles and stones, and they've been stacked to form like a little fort. And then some of the rocks have like little faces that have been carved on them, and some of them have clothes that have been painted on them.
Do they look like something a child would do, or do they look like some older?
100%. Yeah, they're hideous.
Or lovely.
Aww.
Or adorable.
I actually,
they're not, I should say this, they're not artfully drawn. It is
I-
an untrained hand that has painted these faces and these costumes on these.
I would like to search this to see, one, if she left anything, or two, if there's any other clues. Either what she was doing out here, if it's more than just a playhouse, like anything like that.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not a stack of butter with a ball bearing in it, but hey, you know,
I mean,
Yeah.
it's still its own little fun
right,
thing.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is valid art, sure.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what? Give me a charisma check because I feel like this would involve or an insight. Let's do insight to see how well you gleaned what
I
Daisy's
co-
personality is like.
Comprehend the mind of a child. That is a 14.
Okay, you 100% know that she has a stash nearby. You can tell because two of the rocks are dressed as little guards, and she has punched them into the soft mud and stood them up.
I just check and see what she's got, but I don't take it unless it's something
Okay.
like really weird. Like, I mean, if it's like a giant diamond or like keys she shouldn't have.
All right.
Or the heart of a beast.
Right. This is
Make
the
a
phylactery.
dexterity saving throw.
I'm like, it's her phylactery.
She's trapped
the
her
lich.
stash.
I mean, rightly
Yes!
so. Rightly so. Let's see.
Mhm.
Hang on, I'm gonna use my digital dice here.
Avren, you've picked the right person to give your powers to. I'm impressed.
It's true. That is a 20. Oh, that is a natural 20. Hey!
Natural 20!
Hey.
I legit was about to be like, what's the B mean? Yeah, no, but thank you. Todd had done that for
That's
me.
like the second time
I know,
today.
Todd, no, my brain definitely was like, what? Oh,
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a natural 26 total, but a natural 20.
As you see the two guards, you're like, okay, clearly these guards are guarding something. And you disturb the mud there, and then it dawns on you this child is mischief incarnate. You withdraw your hand super quick, and sure enough, a makeshift bear trap clang
Oh,
right on top, and it has two eyes drawn on the top, and then the tongue of the bear trap, like where the lever comes down or where it was, now it's like been fired, is painted like a tongue. So it looks like a trap with two eyeballs and a tongue, like an open mouth.
Oh, I only need one metal hand, kid. Yeah.
Wait, it didn't get Freely's hand, did it?
No,
no, I
because he
got out
rolled
of the
a
way.
20. He got out of the way.
Oh,
so
okay,
you
good.
just hear it clang shut. Mud goes flying everywhere. And then if you move that to the side, you will find her stash. It has a handful of gems, and it has a scroll of acid splash.
I don't take her stuff, and I reignite the trap too, and try and cover it up
Okay, yeah.
to the best of
Yeah,
my
Avren,
knowledge.
you definitely picked the right kid.
I was just about to say, this definitely seems like the kind of person Avren would pick.
However, even though I do not roll the child, I very much look around from her vantage point. Like, what? Because
Yeah.
she knew this thing was around here, so I'm like, because I'm taller than her, so I'm like,
You notice that the trap has like a chain sort of attached to it. And if you were to follow this, well, not even a chain, it's like a rope. If you were to follow this dirty rope, you would probably figure out where her other traps are, because it almost seems like she has set up as perimeter of defenses. If you were to use that, you could probably figure out what she was trying to defend from. If you were to use your wisdom, maybe.
I do that, and I tell them that I'm doing it, and to the best of my ability, I don't disturb her traps.
Okay.
Let's see.
I'd like to do an investigation check, given that I am now connected.
Yes, yeah, for sure. I'd let you to do that with advantage.
That is a
A little bit more
16.
insight into her chaos.
Okay.
Yep, 16 for me, by the way.
I want to do this with Sofieus. Can she give me any kind of advantage or whatever?
Oh, you got advantage.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
you
already
have
do.
advantage,
Yeah,
yeah.
I already have it. Okay. Wow.
Wait, you mean
This
like a
one's
help
board.
action type thing?
Oh wait, I'm supposed to be doing this the right way.
It's true. The high tech way.
Yeah, high tech time.
The 2020 way.
Literally, the rolling
The
20s.
big brain way.
Let's not do
Like
that
the rolling
way.
20, the rolling 20s T-shirt that you can get on a certain someone's.
On a
I got 14.
Okay. So you figure it out. It just takes you a little bit longer than you would like. You notice that she set up not only a trap on her stash, but she set up two other traps inside the pond. And you notice they're both angled in such a way to block off one of the corners.
Call that out, especially to Cali, knowing that she's down there.
Yeah, Cali is headed towards it steadily while she's wading through the trench.
That's
It's
good to
just
know.
very slow going
That
because it's
probably
very thick
means
mud.
yeah. That probably means I'm headed in the right direction. Thank you very much.
Can Cali smell?
Yeah,
Terrible.
I have all the regular senses. I
Uh-huh.
just yeah.
So sure enough, across the breeze, you do smell like the sweet, sickly smell of decay and putrefaction.
Do I see any indication that there's another one of these creatures around, or do I think this is leftover perfume, leftover stink? Of
You
it
don't
leaving?
you don't see any creatures, no.
Mm. And you said the 2 traps were angled to prevent anyone from leaving a corner or prevent people from entering a corner.
You can't tell that because it's kind of like they're placed in such a way that all access to that would be blocked. Thankfully, your trench goes around it because they're traps set by a 7-year-old. So
But still, a very capable 7-year-old, and I
Yeah.
would never,
Super capable.
with bear traps.
I never assume just because of age that someone is not very capable of.
I never had bear traps and I was 7.
Mm-hmm.
You did not?
I no.
Oh,
Wait,
I
Callie,
don't
are
want to. I don't want to underestimate this Daisy.
Like-
Where am I?
Kelly, are you even 7 now?
no, actually, I am not.
Am I?
I'm 3 years, 1 month, 2 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, and 37 seconds old.
How many seconds now?
38. I
What
did
about
not
now?
think that you would need a running total, but I can't give you one, and I will until they tell me not to. 39.
I actually want her to keep making the noise because I'm hoping she's going to lure something out. I'm like, no, keep doing
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I've been doing
it's
this all
kind
in,
of soothing.
Yes, keep
yeah.
doing
it psychically.
Keep
though,
letting
so-
us know how old you are.
Yeah, psychically in your head, you will just continue to hear me say 41.
Oh, it's just like
42.
fully in our head.
Is there a
Yeah,
counter we
because I
can
went
put on
off-
D&D Beyond right now where we just count off how old Callie is?
How old Cali is?
Just a Cali age ticker,
The Kelly
Yeah.
counter.
Mhm.
the Cali counter.
The Callie counter.
And
How
I
close
still-
am I to Cali right now?
You're further back unless you want to follow her through the trench.
I would like to follow her. Yeah.
Be careful, it is very difficult terrain.
Yeah, it's slow going.
I'm following very close to Sofieus.
Okay.
Once I get, so I've been warned of this and I'm following the trench. Do I see like a den? Do I see a nest? Do I see
Yeah.
a hole?
As you start walking forward, you notice that the ground kind of slopes away in front of you. And this part of the pond at one point was considerably deeper than the rest. And then sloping downwards, sure enough, you see like the mud is a little bit darker. And you see like kind of a, like there's no other way to describe it other than a sinkhole in front of you.
Hmm. And then so I can't see the bottom.
No, it's like it goes down almost straight.
Mm-mm. No.
I've either found where this creature has come from or where more of them might be. But please be careful because Daisy has left quite a number of very capable traps.
Sophia's, or even you, Avren, are either of you perhaps in possession of the light spell? It's a little
Sadly-
cantrip.
Sadly, I am not in possession of such a spell. What about you, Avren?
I can cause I can cause a random object to like be dim.
I reach into my backpack and I pull out a hooded lantern and I light it.
Oh, fine.
That
Oh,
works.
so we're not doing the magic thing. Okay.
We can, though. I actually hit her lantern with thaumaturgy that I can make flames brighten.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so this becomes a very bright lantern.
Which
There
is
you
funny,
go.
is it's a hooded lantern for a rogue. So
Yeah.
it's like the most bright,
The
sneaky
brightest
lantern ever.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The least roguey lantern
the-
of all
the
of the
most-
lanterns. Hey, everybody,
seen-
there's a rogue over here.
I've never cast so many shadows ever. Oh, okay. Is it a sinkhole that is one that can be walked into, or is it vertical enough that it's going to be a climb?
You could try to keep your footing on it, but it looks iffy.
Oh,
'Cause there's a
God, they
lot of
all float
mud.
down there. Ugh.
Okay.
No, I don't like this.
I'm gonna pull out my rope. I'm gonna pull out yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
Callie's been underground her whole life. This is just
Yeah.
going back underground. She's got all the tools for it. So she's going to pull out a rope. She's going to tie it to a tree. She's going to grab the
you could-
lantern.
You're pretty far from any trees because you're in the
Oh.
middle, like
Okay.
of a lake, sort of. You would need
Well-
quite a length of rope to have it come out of the, to reach one of the trees. You could have maybe one of your party members hold it.
I would be happy to.
I'll hold. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Sofieus.
Either way, I would be happy to hold this lantern.
The moment that like they're like, I'll hold the rope, and she starts descending. Once like the moment
Okay.
Cali is even like part way down, I just absolutely Leroy Jenkins into the hole.
Okay, so you just jump in.
Yeah, I mean, I try to like slide down the walls type thing, but I mean,
Okay.
as soon as the rope is secured, I'm like, here we go. Shink.
Is it
I'll need an
Why is not
acrobatics.
number one?
So one of you's going down carefully with the rope, and I'm assuming Sophia's is holding the other end of it.
Mm-hmm.
And Cali, you're descending carefully with your lantern.
that was the plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I very much make sure she's got that in place before I go.
Okay.
Also, hand to God, that is another natural 20.
What?
So on D&D
So
Beyond,
many
don't we have a
20s
limit on the legendary bundles? I think is it 4? Is it 4? I mean, on Beyond Heroes, don't we have a limit?
We had
This has never happened before.
Fine.
we had a limit of 5, but until the end of May, Adam said that we could go up to whatever we need.
Yeah, so it's not the end of May, is it?
It's
There
not
you
the end of
go. There
May.
you go. I just try to be a good steward of our resources. But yes, by the way, I just love the fact in the middle of Avren complaining about why he's not my favorite, I'm just like,
Oh, it doesn't change.
So this looks amazing. As you're carefully descending, Cali, you're not gonna have to make a roll. You're gonna get there. You're gonna get there safe on your feet. It's just gonna take you a little bit longer. You're descending down this almost like a little bit steeper than a 45-degree angle. It's pretty steep. It's slippery. Your feet are having a hard time. You have the rope to stabilize you though. And as you're carefully descending, you notice sliding down almost like he's surfing, a halfling just zip right by you. Freely, you go gliding down this tunnel. It is dark. It is absolutely pitch black. It smells worse and worse the deeper you get down. And you land at the bottom. It's not even a landing. You just slide down and then just come to a stop at the bottom. And you're in this sort of wide chamber. And all you can hear for a moment is just the breathing of your own breath reverberating off the walls. It's tight, but at the same time the space has opened up. It's not a tunnel anymore. And as you're standing here taking, you don't have dark vision by any means, do you?
don't, but my sword glows.
Okay.
My
So you're
sword is a
standing
light
there
source.
almost like Bilbo Baggins, very dim light looking around you. And as you're standing there, you see two large eyes sort of open, and their light falls on you like a lantern. And you hear a voice say, "Well, this is a morsel I have not seen before." And that will be where we end today's session.
Hey,
We found Shelob. This is great.
Exactly. She always wants to feed.
Well, I mean, technically, we did feed her, so it's fine. So we're out. We fed freely to someone, and we're done.
I think
No,
Freely fed
I've got
himself
to
to
get-
someone.
I've got to get paralyzed and trapped, and then you guys come get me back. That's how that whole thing.
Oh, you
works.
think we're going to? You think we're going
Right.
to?
I got this.
Halfling
Fine.
of inaction.
Hey, first of all, I looked good doing that. Thank you very much. Second of all, this is gonna be
Wowie. And
I'm a halfling of action.
Inaction.
I like how much the folk hero has come into play. I feel, yeah, because I feel like a little snot-faced goblin would have ran, but then I remembered, I was like, well, you're a folk hero. I should probably be like,
It's true. Unless I've proven myself to be a danger to them, the common people like me and want to help. Yep, that is true. Yep.
And now Callie's house. No, actually, I think my wife Sophia's house.
I'm a little bit more
Shake this up.
suspicious of the little goblin girl.
yeah.
Oh, it'll be fine. What could possibly happen?
I feel like this is a very appropriate person to have been made into a warlock. I am happy for her. I'm proud of I'm proud of Avren, but also I am not very trusting of her. I'm worried.
No negative repercussions.
You've gleaned, at least Freely knows for sure from looking at her stash, this child steals. And from knowing that the captain of the guard was so familiar with her, she steals a lot. He knew exactly who she was, name and face. They've spent time together because he wiped her nose. Like he knows
Yeah.
exactly who she is.
This small child spent 2 days being able to avoid a weredial that was terrorizing an entire area. Cali thinks she's pretty cool.
They
This is
mostly come
true.
at night. Mostly.
Yeah. yeah.
Except for this one, they'd attacked us. So yeah.
But she will go on to Alien 3. Yeah. No, I'm good
We
with
don't
it.
talk about Alien 3 and what happened.
And I'm like, it's weird. There's only 2 movies in that franchise. I don't know.
Yeah.
Odd. Yeah. Weird.
Thank you
Weird.
so much for joining me. I had such a great time, and you as players always keep me on my toes. I loved that moment today, Todd. That was so freaking cool. And I'm so
That was
excited
really
to see
cool.
where this
That
goes.
was super cool.
I'm glad. That was
And
that seemed like
thank
the
you.
thing to do.
And thank you, chat, for hanging out with us, and congratulations on all the bundles, because you guys rolled so disgustingly well today.
I'm sorry, I
those digital
haven't rolled
dice.
a natural 20 yet. I think I rolled a dirty 22 once, but I've not rolled a 20
you
yet.
failed.
You know what it
I
is?
failed you.
Because most of your stuff requires them to roll saves against you. You don't have
True.
to like roll a
I don't
lot
have
to
too many
initiate.
opportunities.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know this feel.
Don't forget we have emotes. Subscribe in Twitch if you want to get the butter emote.
Butter.
Psychic damage emote.
Psychic knife.
Psychic knife. Sorry. Very
It does psychic damage, but it's the important thing is it's a psychic knife.
That
We
is
got the
true.
Phoenix. We got a lot of weird stuff. In our
Oh, weird.
subscription. So, and also subscribe to D&D Beyond if you want access to the dice roller.
And those of you who won legendary bundles, we want to hear on what's the first thing you access now that you have a legendary bundle. What's the thing that you're most excited about? Since there's a lot of you.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
you got in everything now. So there you go. Enjoy.
Yeah.
As evidenced by today's episode, Xanathar's Guide to Everything is my favorite source book. What is yours?
It is actually my favorite. Xanathar's is my favorite. Yeah.
Most of Daisy's stash has come from Xanathar's. That's my favorite.
I bet.
I'm a Morden Canaan's man myself. I'm a Morden
Okay,
Canaan's
that's
man.
fair.
How dare you, that bald son of a bitch.
They're all terrible. You can't trust any bald person, including the Xanathar or Morden.
Or
Canaan.
anyone who looks like him,
Right.
apparently. Yeah.
Sword Coast Adventures guy.
Jasmine, thank you so
Yeah.
much for DMing. You're
was a
fantastic. You're
pleasure.
wonderful. Thank
This
you
is
to
so much
my
fun.
lovely wife for putting up with my BS as always, and her elven ears, and B Dave as well. You're okay, whatever. And Lauren, because Lauren's Lauren.
I mean, Lauren wins in advance.
So
yes,
hard.
it's true.
Yeah.
She's so wonderful.
Lauren,
Right.
Lauren.
And Avren, can I just say, the next time you plan on adopting a new warlock, please give me time to get to know them. I don't know about this one.
That's fair. that
Sophia.
I
checks
don't
out.
know about this one.
Yeah.
I think that wraps it up for us today. We'll go around, give everybody a chance to tell you who they are, what they have coming up, and where you can find them. We'll just go clockwise, starting with B Dave again.
At B Dave Walters, I've got a Kickstarter going for my graphic novel Electropunk. Tomorrow I will be running a stream for Jasper's Game Day at 5 Pacific. I'm on a whole truckload of streams all over the place. The most important of which after this one is Friday, Anarchs of New York. I will be on with Mr. Todd Kenreck playing the best boy Nosferatu at 5 Pacific on Level Up Twitch. All the rest of it, if you go to at B Dave Walters on Twitter, my schedule's across the top. I'm everywhere saying words about things.
Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm the community manager for D&D Beyond. You can find me on a stream tomorrow, healing people and doing what Sofieus usually does. Thank you, Sofieus. You can also find me as a community manager in all the places that D&D Beyond can be found, and other places that D&D can be found, and other places on the internet. So come say hi, Lauren Obo.
Todd.
I'm Todd Kenreck. I am the creative manager at D&D Beyond, and I am forming a team amongst all of the D&D streams, apparently. And
Do
we're
not listen to him, people.
Yeah, it's going to be called the Avren Initiative. Yeah, not egotistical at all. Yeah, so I will be running Beyond Heroes tomorrow, and probably murdering Lauren. Yeah, I don't know.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Lauren.
Yeah. Oh, it's sad. But
Do
yeah,
not make me come back there.
Meagan.
Meagan.
Hi, I'm Meagan Kenreck. I'll be making a guest appearance on May 11th on Impact RPG's game, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think that's what, 11 a.m. Pacific for Jasper's game day.
Very nice. And I'm that bronze girl. You can find me on Twitch like 7 days a week doing my thing. I stream a lot. And sometimes
You
I
do.
post funny things on Twitter. Occasionally I make really funny Twitter videos once in a while. I'm kind of proud of them. Sometimes sometimes they're cool. Sometimes they're thought-provoking.
And if you
Sometimes
hang
they're
out,
art in motion.
and if you
The
hang out
big,
in
the big
your
episode was my favorite personally.
And if you hang out in your Twitch chat and subscribe to your Twitch, you get awesome emotes, including a really cool natural 20 with fire around it, which I use all the time now in other chats with my I got my Phoenix, I got your fire D20. It makes me
You're
happy.
so sweet, Lauren.
It does feel weird when you're friends with people and you play in a game with each other and you're like, oh, you're checking each other's emotes out because you've subscribed to each other.
Yeah. Welcome to the world we live in now.
It's
It's welcome to the
strange,
new
cool
world.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're like well past Westworld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least
I'm
we still
sorry,
have-
what? Did you want to see my pearl? Hold on a second.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh
let
my
me just Lauren
Thank you
Urban,
so
have
much
you ever questioned
for-
your reality?
Oh my
No,
god.
that's a different character.
Often.
That's a different character.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you so much, players, for dealing with my nonsense. We will see you all next week. Same great place, same great time.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.